Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. In today's video, myself, Max and Ethan will go through each monarch that we have, and we will see who and how many monarchs we have in our coin collection.
We will begin with the current monarch, King Charles III, and go right the way back to King William I, or William the Conqueror, and see along the way how many monarchs we have on our coins. For my King Charles III coin, I will be entering this coin here. This is a coronation coin in bullion, and features to the obverse, of course, the portrait of King Charles III. This is his crowned bust, and it is done by Martin Jennings. A lovely coin, and I therefore have a Charles III coin. For my Queen Elizabeth II coin, I will be entering this coin here, a more modern one. This is a bunk pack. This is the Queen's Reign Commonwealth £5 coin, and of course features to the obverse there, very importantly, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, showing there that I have a coin from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Very nice. For George VI, I will be entering this coin here. This is a 1940 half crown. We can see there, of course, featuring the portrait of King George VI. I therefore have a King George VI coin in my collection. Very nice indeed. For my King George V coin, I will be entering this coin here. This is a 1923 half crown. A lovely design coin to the reverse there, but of course importantly to the obverse, here featuring a portrait of King George V, so I therefore have a coin from the reign of King George V. Very nice indeed. For my King Edward VII coin, I'll be entering this one here. This is a 1 florin or 2 shillings from 1907, and of course importantly features the portrait of King Edward VII there by George William de Soules. So there we go, I have a coin from the reign of King Edward VII. Very nice. Next up is Queen Victoria. For a Queen Victoria coin, I will enter this coin here. This, as we can see, is a lovely half sovereign, a brilliant reverse design. But moving it over to the obverse here, and turning it round, we can see the date there is 1885, and of course, therefore, is a Queen Victoria half sovereign. So therefore, have a coin from the reign of Queen Victoria. Very nice indeed. Next up is William IV, and for my William IV coin, I'm going to enter this coin here. This is a William IV farthing, a lovely coin indeed, and of course importantly to the obverse there the portrait of King William IV, Guilherme IV, William IV, so a monarch that I have on a coin. Very, very lovely indeed to tick off William IV as a monarch on my coin collection. Moving on to King George IV, I will enter again for myself a farthing here. This one is from 1821. We have the lion there by Britannia's feet, the trident and the sprig of leaves, a very nice design. And moving on to the obverse here we can see a portrait of King George IV. George IV with a laureate bust there by Benedetto Pesciucci, facing left, so there we go. I have a coin from the reign of King George IV. The next monarch up is King George III, and for that I will be entering this lovely large cartwheel 2p, a beautiful coin, but of course importantly it is from the reign of King George III. There he is. I have a coin from the reign of King George III, a beautiful coin indeed. Great to have. The next monarch up is King George II, and I will be entering this coin right here. This is a 1745 shilling, as we can see here, a lovely, wonderful design, and flipping it over to the obverse here we have a portrait of King George II. A bit of a silhouette portrait there, it's not very good condition, but I do have, nonetheless, a coin from the reign of King George II, so very nice indeed to have this monarch as part of my coin collection. The next monarch up is King George I, and so here I have a King George I shilling. This is from 1723, so over 300 years old now, as we go back in time through the monarchs, and here is a portrait of King George I, so I have therefore a George I coin in my collection. Very, very nice indeed. A lovely coin. The next monarch up is Queen Anne, and here we have a 3p, from 1713, and if we turn to the obverse we can see this features the portrait of Queen Anne. So there we go, a left-facing bust of Queen Anne, a monarch that I have on a coin in my collection. Very, very nice indeed. The next monarch up is King William III, and I'll be entering for my William III coin this coin here. This is a 1690s William III half crown, a bit worn, a bit battered, but turning to the obverse there we can see very clearly indeed the portrait of Guilherme III, which is William III, so a lovely William III coin here in my collection. A wonderful coin to own, and of course a new monarch here that I have in the collection. The next monarch up is a double monarch. We have now William and Mary, the co-rule, and their double portrait. For this coin I'll be entering this halfpenny here. A bit corroded, a bit worn. This is a 1694 half pennies we can see there with Britannia, but all importantly, to the obverse there, we have the double portrait. Look at that. That's amazing. The double portrait of William and Mary. A really historic coin, and a coin I'm very happy to have, and ticking off the monarch, or double monarch, of William and Mary. Lovely stuff. The next monarch up is King James II. And here we have the James II coin. This is a 1687 2p, or half groat, that we can see there. And importantly, it is from the reign of King James II. There we can see him, Jacob's II, James II, on this coin. Very, very nice to tick off. A great monarch to have. So I have a coin from the reign of James II. The next monarch up is King Charles II. And for that, I will be entering this coin here. This is a 1683 4p, as we can see here. But of course, importantly, turning to the obverse, we can see here the portrait of King Charles II. His famous big nose, and he has there his laureate and his fairly long hair and draped bust. So there we go. I have a coin from the reign of King Charles II. Very nice indeed. Next monarch up is King Charles I. And for that coin myself, I'll be entering this coin here. This is a King Charles I 6p piece, with a long cross design there running through, and the shield. And then looking to the obverse here, we can see very faintly the portrait of King Charles I. We can just about see it there. His crown, his face there. A very faint bust, it is true, and the word Carolus there to the side. But nonetheless, a coin from the reign of King Charles I. And you can see there VI 46 for a 6p piece. So there we go. The next monarch up is Queen Elizabeth I. For her coin, I'll be entering this one here. This is a 1579 3p, and moving to the obverse of the coin, we can see here the portrait of Queen Elizabeth I. We have the Tudor rose behind her, her crown and long hair, and her facing to the left, and the wording there, Elizabeth. This is a lovely coin, and is a great coin to have, and a great reign to have a coin from the reign of Queen Elizabeth I in my collection. Very nice indeed. The next monarch up is King Edward IV. I'll be entering my Edward IV penny from between 1464 and 1470. And here we have it. A very small coin indeed. We can see a long cross design there with 3 dots on each quartering to the reverse. And to the obverse here, it is very hard to see, well not actually too hard to see actually with zooming in, but there is the portrait of King Edward IV. So a reign of a monarch that I have in my collection, King Edward IV. Very, very nice. A cool monarch to have a coin from. The next monarch up is King Edward I, and I'll be entering my Edward I penny from between 1272 to 1307, so a coin that could be close to 800 years old. This is some very cool history, and here we have it. This is a broken coin, but we can still see the design there to the reverse of the long cross, and turning there here to the obverse, the bust of King Edward I is very hard to see, but if you look carefully, squint a bit maybe, you can see there the crown and the hair by his side. So a very, very damaged coin, but it does count as it is from the reign of King Edward I, and is my oldest hammered coin. A great coin to have.
First is King Charles III, our current monarch. This 50p, which I struck my own, and here we have the portrait. Next is Elizabeth II, the Queen, or the late Queen, should I say. This is her £5 coin, a remembrance silver proof. Next we have George VI. I've just got a 6p. Let's get it into focus. There we are, from 1951, with a portrait we all know and love. Next we have George V, which is a half crown from 1928. This coin has been in my collection for quite a while, as many of you old viewers will know. Next we have Edward VII. I have a standing Britannia, also known as a florin. Great condition, sadly in a slab though. Next we have Victoria, this 6p, very nice design and in high quality, a coin that we all love and know. Next is William. We have a half crown in decent quality from 1834. A decent quality coin. And overall a nice design. from 1829. Next we have the three Georges, so George III, this lovely quality coin from 1816 with the bullhead design. Next we have George II, a new coin to my collection, but yet great condition. And last for the Georges, we have George I, the German king, also in great condition again. We have Queen Anne, this lovely 1706 threepence, where you can see everything from the 7 to the lips and the chins. Next we have William III. This coin is a William III, just about, as you can see, the 97, and it is a battered coin. In fact, the only William III I have, so I do need to get a better one. Next is William and Mary. I do not have this coin, and this is the same with James II. Although I do have a Charles II coin, as we can see here. This is a very early milled coin, and I would say in good condition due to the age. A new coin to my collection, the Charles I shilling. Great condition. I mean, it's a nice big hammered coin, so you can't really go wrong, can you? Next, I have James I, the only James I in the Bits and Bobs coin collection from 1606. You may remember I did get this from Christmas. Next, a coin that everyone has is a Elizabeth I sixpence. This one I would say is in good quality. It's from 1593, and with a great reverse and obverse. Next, I have the first ever queen, which is Mary I, also known as Bloody Mary. Great condition. Sadly, it has been holed, but you know what? For the condition, the age, and the history, it's a very good coin. Sadly, I don't have a few of the next coins, so I don't have Edward VI, Henry VIII, Henry VII, Richard III, or Edward V, but I can say I do have Edward IV, of which I do believe is Edward IV. Not much to say about this coin because it could be wrong. So if you do know, do comment down below, please. And yet again, I don't have Henry VI, Henry V, Henry IV, or Richard II. I do have Edward III, this, good quality coin, I would say, a long cross penny. And you can tell it's Henry III with the 3 dots in the middle. I don't have Edward II or Edward I or Henry III, but I do have John, King John. Who's King John, you may be asking? Well, who signed the Magna Carta? This guy right here.
So, starting with our current monarch, here we have Charles III. This is a 2023 silver sixpence, as you can see here. Moving on, here we have Elizabeth II. This is a £5 coin, Royal Tudor Beast, 2 ounce silver. Next monarch down, again, is George VI. Again, another silver sixpence. Once again, moving down, here we have George V. This is a 1920 florin, a very good coin. Here we have an Edward VIII threepence in very good condition. Once again, moving down, here we have a Victoria double florin. Very good coin, very good quality for the age. Here we have a William IV sixpence. Again, a very good coin. You can see all the detail and a tiny bit of rainbowing above the top, as you may be able to see there. Here is, and again, another beautiful coin, George IV farthing. Very good coin, very beautiful. Here we have a 1819 George III
crown with the Benedetto Petrucci design on the reverse. Moving down, here we have George II shilling. This is my first silver coin, I think. Again, a very beautiful coin for the age. Here is the first George I. This again is a shilling, and for the age, once again, a very beautiful coin. This is a Queen Anne coin. This is a very beautiful coin. A very beautiful coin with all the detail, as you can see, the dress, the lettering, her hair, and the lips. Beautiful. Here is quite an old coin, as you can just see, William III. The portrait isn't the best, but you can still see most of it. So after this, I don't have a William and Mary coin or a James II coin, but I do have a Charles II Maundy 2p. This is a very beautiful coin, very good detail. Although it's been holed, it's still very beautiful. Here we have a Charles I coin. This coin is very worn out. This is a penny, and you can't really see much about it. I think you can see the top of the crown there. After that, I don't have a James I coin, but before him came Elizabeth I. This is a 1564 shilling. So after that, I don't have a Mary I, or an Edward IV, or Henry VIII, Henry VII, or Richard III, or Edward V, but I do have an Edward IV groat. This is a very beautiful coin, especially because now they're getting older. Condition is still good. This is still a very, very good coin, especially on the obverse design side. So after him came Henry III. I don't have him, or Henry V, or Henry IV, or Richard II, but I do have Edward III. Although it's been broken, it's still, once again, a very good coin. As you can see, the portrait and some of the legend around the edge. After that came Edward II. I don't have him, but I do have Edward I. This is a penny and was the first hand coin I got. Here we have a Henry III penny. Very good condition for the age. And before Henry came John. I don't have him or Richard III, but the monarch after that is here, Henry II. This is the oldest coin. This is the oldest coin we have, and as you can see, it is in perfect condition for its age, almost 900 years old, possibly, and just very good. You can see all the detail on both sides. It's just a very lovely coin.
To keep track of the monarchs we have, I've printed out these sheets, as we can see here. We have the monarch down the left there, and then our names. And we can see, obviously, at the screen, we have that monarch. So we can see, obviously, at the top, we've got a lot of them. Moving down, there's a bit of a gap here in the sort of 1400s. Then onto this sheet here in the 1300s and 1200s, Max and Charles do have more. I don't have many hammered coins, but we can see here I have a coin from every monarch of milled coinage. So there we go.
Thank you for watching. Comment down below if you have as many monarchs or more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. See you next time.